I'd like to be deeper than we are. I'd like to play more guys, be more experienced, and be stronger, to be honest with you, be physically stronger so that we can finish. That's going to take another year, though. It's going to take another year in the weight room and another year of recruiting. And as I said, one of the things that I keep asking myself is that I taper too much, over the last 2 weeks, that I try to take care of them too much because, it was a 7-week stretch or 8-week stretch in a row. So those are all things that you look at and you examine. And again, it starts with me. When the team plays like it played Thursday night, it starts with me.
Al, I heard you say today that you still have some clock punchers and intramural players.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that's something that's so ingrained in someone's personality or in someone that it's nearly impossible to change.
No, I think you can create a culture. And again, I want to make sure that I'm clear in my comments. I'm not saying they're old habits or new habits. I'm saying they're bad habits. This isn't anybody's problem but mine. This is my problem. And we got to get that fixed. We have to create a culture. And again, we've made so much progress in that area, but we have to create a culture where they love to be around. They have a good relationship with the coaches, and they love studying film, and can't stand losing. To be quite honest with you, go ahead.
But what's the difference in the people that do have the mentality like you have caught on and have it? There has to be some kind of.
Well, I'll give you an example. Today we're done at 11, right? So I have the option of bringing them back. We have a block of time tonight from 8 to 9, and I've been opting not to bring them back. Because I want to stay fresh and do all that. But so basically, as a football player, they're done at 11 o'clock. Now, from 11 till 9 o'clock, they can grab lunch and watch film. They can grab lunch, sit with their position coach or coordinator. They can just do things on their own. I mean, any of those things to learn the game plan, take ownership, and go out there and execute. And you need to build that. We built it at Temple.
How much? You mentioned this morning too that guys are starting to understand talent isn't enough. I know in the spring you really emphasized performance over potential.
Exactly.
Are you disappointed guys are not picking up on it as much?
No, I think it's a fair point, but for every guy that I might be disappointed, not discouraged, for every guy that I might be disappointed with, there's Feliciano, there's Whiteclaw, there's Street, there's Jacory, there's guys that are doing things really well and still improving, even though some of them are late in their career. So that was clearly a decision that they made to make a change in their game.
How important is the internal peer pressure amongst themselves?
It's critical. It's critical, and it's critical right now, because if you develop, always looking for external affirmation, and now what? What are you getting from the outside right now? So, it's something they need to learn, and this is a great time right now to just say, okay, we need internal peer pressure, and we need to be internally motivated because nothing outside the building right now should motivate us or demotivate us, if you will.
Do you ever take a smaller group of guys aside and have them disseminate the message? That way, get to the leaders, have them kind of.
Sure. But most of the time I speak, to the whole team, and then obviously hopeful that the leaders will get the message.
Is it tougher to prepare for the next game after a win or after a loss?
That's a good question. You would like to think that after a win you got momentum and you got them kind of buying in and moving forward, but clearly somewhere along the way we went awry last week, and I've been trying to examine it. And again, we got beat in penalties, we got beat in turnovers, we got beat on third down. We got out executed, and as I said this morning, I thought in a lot, not everybody, but a lot of instances we got out physical. So I hope that would get their attention equally.
A lot of years at this point, Duke's not really playing for a whole lot. This year, obviously, that's not the case. And I know you're big on nameless opponent, faceless opponent, worrying about your job. But does that enter into it at all? Is there a balance this week when you know that you're going to have a team coming in here that could very easily get to 5-4 and move a big step closer to a bowl, which would be huge for them?
They're a good-looking team on film, and obviously they played Virginia Tech a lot better than we played Virginia Tech, and so from that standpoint, it should have their attention. You take out Stanford and Florida State, which got away from them a little bit, they're giving up in the teens and low 20s. They're doing a really good job. They get an aggressive defense. It's kind of the strength of Virginia, the hand-to-hand combat strength of Virginia, coupled with the scheme of Virginia Tech on defense and on offense. They do a really nice job with the passing game. So, we got our hands full. I don't think I have to sit here and convince those guys of it. And again, we're trying to plot our own course. That's the most important thing for me right now is the kids understand what we need to do moving forward.
Do kids understand that that's okay? That process is okay? That it all doesn't have to be done in a week?
No, because the outside won't let them think that. But that's my job. So again, that's ultimately my responsibility is to teach them that, and just don't flinch. Just continue to do it until they get it.
Coach, you're taking a lot of responsibility. You said it's all on you.
Yeah.
What then changes are you making based on
made a lot of changes? Made a lot of changes in every aspect of what we're doing right now. Just in terms of what plays we want to run moving forward in all three phases, and the way we're going to practice this week. And again, there's more than I can tell you, obviously, but. We're making changes. We're making personnel moves here. We'll examine some of those in the next couple of days, and we'll see where the competition leads us. So, again, you can't, like I said, you can't play with that. You can't play like that on Thursday night and then not do something about it. So that starts and ends with me.
Can you talk about the run blocking, and what needs to improve there, and also the tight end's role in that whole thing?
Yeah, well, there's no question. There's three issues right now. Is the offensive line hasn't been performing as well as we need it to perform. The tight ends haven't performed as well as we need to perform, and the running backs need to get back to hitting singles. And then again, I think about it like you're hanging in there, you're fouling balls off, or you're hitting singles, and all of a sudden he throws a high, hanger, and you knock it out of the park. And that's the way they got to look at it. They've got to be patient with their at-bats and just keep hitting singles, and then when the seam's there, hit it. And we got too cute the other night, and we got to get back to just being more physical and get downhill, and we will. We're learning. The kids have a good attitude. We'll get it fixed.
Which, how do you get off to a better start? Obviously, it was kind of disappointing for the last game.
Yeah, well, miss a field goal after a 65-yard pass, right? Fumble on the 12. And give them explosive plays on the other side. That's tough. That's tough to overcome. So again, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility, and I got to get it fixed.
Two more, please, for Coach
Are you going
Golden.
to have to think about burning some more red shirts just to get through?
I hope
point?
not, Tim. We're so late right now. I hope not. I hope these 3 days helped us. I would prefer not to be honest with you.
Al, can you give us an update on Jafari and how he actually practiced today?
Oh, he's doing good. He's as you know, he's not Vinny Testaverde. He's not 6'5" and 230 or whatever, but he's tough. And I think the O-line and running backs and tight ends know he took too many hits the other night, and that's on the coaches, and that's on the players. We can't get him hit like that. But he's been resilient, and he's a fighter, and clearly he's playing good football for us.
His arm's back to normal
Yeah.
after being numb?
Yeah. He just couldn't grip or throw a ball, so we need to get him out of there.
Speaking of injuries, Chantrell hasn't looked like the guy he did last year. Is
Correct.
his back still not?
I think
100%?
I think he's making progress, but regardless of what the circumstances are, right now he's not playing the way he needs to play. He knows that, and we're working with him, and we're going to continue to push him until we get that. And I think the same is true for a couple of other guys. We need to improve. Susan, you got something?
No, I was asking about Bunch in relation to
Same
how
thing.
did he do?
They got to improve. They got to improve. They know that though. It's not like this is the 5 o'clock news flash. We need to improve. The whole offensive line needs to improve, and most particularly in short yardage. I think you guys can see that we're not where we need to be in short yardage, and we need to improve. And again, it starts with me, Jed, Art, tight ends, and the running backs. And it's 4th and 1. We can't be making a cut in the backfield. We've got to knock the whole thing forward. I watch it every Saturday night when I'm home. You can't block everybody in 4th and 1 when they're an 8 or 9 man front. So you got to find a way to get it.
You talked about the outside.
Yeah.
It's tough with the fans and the media
Yep.
and everything. Do you tell the guys don't read it, don't listen?
Yeah, but I've always told them that. So it's not like I told them last week, hey, make sure you soak it all up against Georgia Tech, and then this week don't listen to anything. That's not. No, we have to see this can be a vicious cycle here, because at some point we have to understand that Dorsey's not walking through the door here today. He's not. That team's gone. And as soon as we understand where we're at, and we plot the course, and then we fit our personnel and move the team forward, we'll go that way. And you can get in a vicious cycle trying to live up to years past. We just got to say, okay, where are we right now, and what do we need to do to improve today? And let's buy into the process, and then we'll continue to fix problems, change the culture, and then we'll be on our way. Again, I've been through it, so I'm not fazed by it at all. And from our standpoint, we just have to realize where we are today, not what the expectations are. I'm glad the expectations are like that outside. That's why I came. But forget about the expectation. Where are we today, and what do we need to do to improve?
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.